Hi guys, it's Hugo and welcome back to another video. Today is the Bookish Advent Calendar Day number 9, and today's video I decided to bring my ideas of some books that I wanted to see produced on television, movies, or even video games, because I love to play some good video games. So I put a list come together that books that I feel like could give good movies or good TV series or even video games, because I thought this could be interesting to see what we thought about it and what I think could be a good series. So before I start my list, tell me in the comments which book do you think could be a good movie, TV series, or even video games, because I'm very excited to see what you think about it. So starting things with Christmas, and I think it's a perfect time. I think You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince, it's a perfect book to be put on a movie for Christmas. This was the December pick for the Genre Soup Book Club last year, and we all love the book. It's about Matthew Prince, who is like this socialite, very rich, who only does shit things, and he's getting sent through Christmas, and he doesn't celebrate Christmas, he doesn't like Christmas, and he's sent away to his grandparents' house, like in the middle of nowhere. And he has to live with this boy who is like taking college there with his grandfather, because the grandfather is like a literature professor. So they start this rivalry, but also this a little bit of enemies to lovers thing, and he starts becoming more humble and understanding things. And you know, he also, I think, deals with anxiety, and I thought the book was so funny and so interesting and so romantic, and it's perfect because it's about Christmas, it's about love, and I think will be a perfect time to put on a movie. And like will be released on Christmas, will be like a perfect romance for the holidays, and it's gonna be like so cute. And the casting, I don't know, but you know, you have to make them sexy because he has some sexy scenes. So yeah, I think it's a perfect choice for this time of the year. Going from the romance to a thriller, I think the Erica Foster series by Robert Princett would be an amazing TV show, like miniseries, 4 episodes each season, for example. Because the books are not very long and they're very fast, so imagine 4 episodes of 1 hour, and each season it's the case of that book. So I think it will be perfect because you don't need a lot of context, but we also give you some context of our life. You can go up to 5 episodes per season. I think it will be very fast paced, and people will be very grappling on this story, and like being able to have some different cases on each season and being very fast paced will be very interesting to see on television. I think on a movie will not work so well because I think we'll be rushed in 2 hours and we'll lose some things about her personal life, and that could be interesting for the following cases to understand a little bit better her life. So I think it's better to have a mini-series than a movie. I tendently prefer mini-series on adaptations than movies because you tend to leave things out, but there are some books that I think could be made on movies because it could work. And a good example for a book that could be done to a movie is My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologies, or My Grandmother Says She's Sorry by Fredrik Backman. We have already the 2 adaptations of A Man Called Ove with Tom Hanks and the original Swedish. So I think this book would be amazing as a movie because it's very short and you can make it in a 2-hour movie perfectly, encapsulating all the emotions, all the adventures that Elsa has during her book, and the memories of the grandma. We can do flashbacks, and I think it could be a very good 2 hours and 10 minutes of movie that will make your heart like very close to you. And you know, you can cut some parts that could not be so interesting, but you can move that to a very good pace, and I think this could work a little bit better as a movie because I think it could work very well in terms of storytelling and even connection. It's a book that I could picture it as a movie. Now this could be either a series or a series with video games, because I think this book or this series as a video game would be amazing, and I'm talking about Final Empire or the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. Imagine this as a video game. You're controlling Vin, you're doing the alchemancy and with commands, and maybe even when you're trying to change characters on battles they have multiple, like using the powers would be so amazing. I could evenly like love this series as a video game because I could feel like a little bit like Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, when you can cast spells, it will be like the same. You can like throw the cards and jump, and I think it will be a great hack and slash type of game, and with a big story and a lot of lore, and the 3 series, like I think it would be a great series of games, like with the colossals and things that come up in the trilogy. I think will be like a great adventure. And like if you follow up this with the series, because movies will be like, you need to be very good because it has a lot of lore, has a lot of things, so I don't want to feel rushed. Like a TV series would be very, very good. Like if you accompanied like both of them, chef's kiss, because I believe this is one of the books that I most wanted to see as a video game, because playing with these characters would be like amazing. Now this could work either as a TV series or a movie. I don't know, because its vibes, it's very similar with the big franchise of Harry Potter, so I think Amari and the Night Brothers could work very well as a movie, like to be the new adventure for kids. Imagine you have now 2, it's gonna be a 3rd. I don't know if he will continue to write the series, but imagine at least a trilogy of these books. Like you can make it easily a 2-hour movie with them, and kids will be sitting on watching the movie because it's fun, it's action-packed, it has magic, it has interesting gear, like they have those shoes that can fly. So imagine this as a movie. It's perfection. Like you cannot even say like, oh, I don't know if kids would like it. Like it has magic, it has gear, it has cool imagination, it has dragons, so how could you, like magical creatures, everything that the kid would like as an adventure story. Like you go to the first one and then you go to the second one, and I can picture this every time that I read Amari and the Night Brothers or the Great Game. I can picture this as being a movie and being a very popular one, because I don't know, the setting, the plot, the magic, the characters, the magical creatures, everything on it works so well on a screen, and I believe kids will be like, oh my god, this is so cool, and will love it. And I don't know, and you will put kids to read the books because they want to know what happens next, and I think this could work very well, and I'm very excited to see this as a movie. Now, this could work as a TV show, but animated, because I think in live action could work, but since it's a graphical novel, I think if you do it in an anime style or cartoon style would work very well. And it's Magical Boy by the Cow. Like imagine Sailor Moon but set in the present with queer characters, like perfection. I feel like you can do the live action, but the animation of the transformation and things work very well in anime, like really resemble a little bit of the Sailor Moon series that people love, and all the magical girls like Ojamajo, Doremi, and Sakura Card Captor, things like that would be amazing. Like I would be my new obsession. It will be the thing I will watch, like every single episode that came out I will watch it right away, because it will be like 20 minutes of action. It doesn't need more. You can even include a little bit more of lore that is not on the graphic novel, expand a little bit more of the world and the conflict. It would work very well. Like you can do a little bit more of 2 or 3 filler episodes, because you could expand a little bit more the magic and make him learn a little bit more and with the friends and things like that, and then move the plot. Perfection. I love it. I'm excited. If they announce Magical Boy as an anime series, I will lose myself, because it will be my new obsession. So I think this book is one of my favorite audiobooks of all time, and has a TV series who has a lot of potential. So I'm talking about Sadie. Imagine 10 episodes between the podcast and her, like 5 each, and or even if in the same episode you divide it, I think it would work very well. Not only due to the representation we'll have on television, but imagine the story being told in the 2 perspectives, like past and present. Will keep the cliffhangers you will get on each episodes will be so good. Audience will be like, I need to know more. Imagine this, it will be the new phenomenon, because people would like to know what happened. And you could even end the book, because people will be like, no way. and they will love it. I'm sure about it, because imagine like the grappling that you have on the book and I had on reading it in the episode ending on cliffhangers will be like people will watch it tune week after week if it's not released like on Netflix when everything released on a way. Like if it is released weekly, people will be grasping it to know more and to plot theories. And okay, it has a book, so people already know what could happen, but those who haven't read the book will be like plotting the scenery and what happened and who did it and things like that. And I would love to see this, because I think it will be a great TV show for sure. Now, this could work as a TV show, definitely, but also as a video game, and I'm talking about The Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. Like, imagine playing as Cal, do that magic, transporting to other universes, being Lila and fighting with, like, daggers. I think it was she's, like fighting Holland and, like, the big white snake of the first one. Like, I see myself playing that video game. I don't know how I could do the second one. Probably the second one will be a little bit more condensed, because it doesn't have a lot of action to play on the video game. Probably condense the second and the third, definitely. But, like, you could definitely make this as a video game. Also as a TV series, because you had a lot of material here. And now with the new trilogy, you have at least 4 or 5 seasons of work. I haven't read The Threads of Power. It's there, as you can see. So, I still don't have opinions on that one. But imagine this as a TV show. Like, the adventure, the lore, you can explain a little bit more, you can dive in, I don't know, but... Or even as a movie. I don't know if it's a movie it works. I think the first could work as a movie also. It's not that big in terms of lore. Yeah, I think it could work also as a movie. Thinking well, a 2 hours movie, 2 hours and a half, probably would work. What do you think? Tell me if you agree with me. Now, you're tired of this fantasy or this thriller things. I have a suggestion for you as a TV show that would break a lot of people's heart. The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue. Imagine this as a TV show. The heartbreak that people would feel on the episodes will be like, so good. Like, I imagine like 6 episodes, 40 minutes each, more or less. The impact that you have between the past and the present and the new relationship and breaking the curse and everything will be like, oh, so good. So good. I can imagine, because I feel like it would be so interesting, and remembering the ending, remembering the emotional roller coaster that it has, it will be like the new obsession of a lot of persons. Like, the new cinnamon rolls and the love of people, I think it would work very well. I think in the movie could be a little bit rushed and brush a little bit on her past and some experience that she has. So I don't know if a movie would be the right choice. I had to see, because imagine, sometimes I feel like movies take off so much on the story and we lose some of the personal insight, and these books are very character focused. So I don't know, unless you do like a big movie, and probably people won't watch it because it's long. Although that's not a complaint. If they do Wicked with 4 hours, I would watch the 4 hours of Wicked on cinema, which they are not, and I have my Wicked shirt. But I don't know. I think a TV show or a miniseries would work. Probably a miniseries. I would say this is not a surprise for you, but Jodi Picoult's book worked very well on cinema. Imagine House Rules, The Small Great Things. I think Wish You Were Here is already being produced, but Mad Honey, like a movie or even a 2 episodes, things like that, very short series, would work very well, because the stories are captivating. He has important topics. Like 19 minutes as a TV show would first piss off a lot of conservatives, because of the guns are the problem, which they are the problem. So I think it will be amazing, and second of all, will be so entertaining and also so educative. I remember My Sister's Keeper, and I didn't like the end, and they changed a lot of things on the movie. I think if they redo it, and you are in the era of the remakes and reboots, so let's reboot My Sister's Keeper with the original story and see what people think about it. Or Handle with Care. That will be so heartbreaking. Like, oh, I can imagine people crying on the cinema in the end. Like, it would be so good. I think she has a lot of material that could be very easily translated to a movie. One that could be also a movie is Nine Lives by Peter Swanson, and this is in the phase of Agatha Christie's movies being made now. So imagine this is a retelling of And Then There Were None, so but it's set in the present, and it's with this letter to the FBI with just names. And I think it could be very interesting as a movie. Like, it would work very well because the book is very fast-paced and you can definitely cut off some parts that were not so important to the story, and I think it would work very well and will be just amazing. Like, it will be very good. I don't like it. On the same line, on the same author, I think 8 Perfect Murders would be perfect to as series. Imagine, you have 8 perfect murders, you can make 1 per episode. I'm so clever. I think in the first time he already did 2 of them. I'm not sure. I think he already did 2 or 3, so it has to be like the first 3 episodes very like briefly mention it. But imagine like 1 of the books per episode. I'm amazing. 8 episode series and the series done. Amazing. And the book has so many twists that people will be like, no way. And they will continue. Like, I like it. I think that idea I have right now, perfection. Vibing with thrillers, Firstborn or The Last Thing to Burn by Will Dean both would be amazing as TV series. I believe Firstborn will be more cinematic because The Last Thing to Burn is a little bit more brutal, but also more interesting in the point of view of psychological warfare and abduction, while Firstborn is a little bit more on the psyche inside a person and definitely more on a stick of revenge. So both of them would work very well in TV series, and I would be very excited for any of them. If I had to pick only one, Firstborn is my favorite, definitely, so I would go for that one, but I also think this one could be very good. So I'm very torn, but this is one of my favorite books, so I will go for this one. So for more romances, I think, as you know, I only recommend male romances, I know, but imagine Charm Offensive as a TV series. And the book about a TV series being produced, a reality show, would be so good. Like, I can imagine being like the Flatshare that was the TV series. I haven't watched it, but I have to watch it. But imagine, it would be so great. Like, he has so much emotional to be impacted and to be taken to these characters. Great. And you go to behind the scenes of a reality show. Could also be very entertaining. Like the adventures that they have filming this reality show. Masterpiece. Also, the Entering the Whispering Door or House in the Cerulean Sea. Perfection books that could be perfectly movies. I think they could be movies. You don't need to do TVs. I think a movie, 2 hours will be enough to explore the matters. Especially Under the Whispering Door, you can definitely go into the process of 2 hours. This, I think, House in the Cerulean Sea will be a little bit harder to put all the emotional package, but will definitely be worth it watch. Like, they could work perfectly as romances, movies, release like in Valentine's and things like that. And for Valentine's Day, I also think Boyfriend Material could also be very good as a movie. Like, imagine like a sequel of movies. Boyfriend Material, Husband Material, Father Material, things like a trilogy of their story together, like I don't know, Legally Blonde, or you can mix a little bit with the rom-com aspect. Like, you can add a little bit more of spice on comedy on both sides, and it would be amazing because I remember laughing on it because they have laughing scenes, so, and they have emotional, so it's a roller coaster, and I love it. I think it will be great as a Valentine's movie, like released in each Valentine's Day. Would be amazing trilogy, 3 years of fantastical movies, because I would love each and every one of them. So you are up to my last 2 recommendations. So the first one would be very good as a TV series, but also as a game. Imagine The Poppy War by Araf Kwan. I know it's hard to think of video games besides fantasy, because that's what I like to play. I like to play these imaginary worlds and have magic and have powers and fighting scenes, because thrillers will be like, a little bit meh. I like detective stories or puzzles, but it's not my favorite. So definitely The Poppy War as a game, like controlling Rin while she learns. You can put, like, we had the montage of her training, you can do that in missions, like, it's amazing. I don't know how the series progresses, so I'm very blind on this, but for the first one, you have a lot of things, you have a big game there with missions on the school to try to level up to the last scenes of the fighting already. Like, it would be amazing. I controlling that magic would be amazing. I think it worked very well, and as a TV series I think it worked very well, and even better than a movie, because it has a lot of lore and you can address the lore in the episodes, even do like an episode dedicated just to the lore and to the past. I think would be worked amazing, and I think would be a great recommendation for this would be as a TV series or a video game. Let's do more fantasy video games because I like them and I need them more. And the last one is What Lies Between Us by John Mars. This as a TV show, 1 versus 1, which one is telling the truth, and then revealing, and then the twists, would be so great. Like, I don't know why this is not already picked up as a TV series, because I imagine this. Imagine, I don't know characters, I don't know actresses, but let me think. Someone very, innocent but also old enough to be like, I don't know, let me think. I'm very bad in actress and I don't know their ages, but imagine Amy Adams as the daughter, although she, Amy Adams, and then maybe Meryl Streep. Oh, that would be just a great show. I love it. I think it would be so great. Like the twists and turns, I think would be great. I think would work very well, and the twists and who is telling the truth and what happened and everything, like, it will be one of my favorite TV shows ever, and I think it will work so well. It will be so captivating. I think people will enjoy it. So guys, these were my recommendations or my ideas of my books that I think should be adapted to screen, to TV series, or to video games, because they deserve to be known by more people that just don't read. If you reach this far, consider to subscribe and like this video to help the algorithm promote a little bit more of my content and to help me grow. I have my book clubs down below. The quarterly is already up. The book club pick for January to March, and the Genre Sub book club is deciding the pick for January, so be aware that our pick is gonna coming soon, so join the Discord to have fun reads during the year. I have like the reading sprints during this time. On Christmas I'll try to do a little bit more and do it on different times, so just ring the notification bell. I'll try to post it with a listed day so you can start to see on your YouTube recommendations if I pop up and you can see. And yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Bye!